Greetings, dear viewers. Welcome to the African Folktale channel. Thank you for joining us today. We have a captivating story for you, one that speaks of courage, wisdom, and love. Let us begin with Njoku's first glory, a journey to the grave. Njoku was a young man of 25 years, known for his exceptional skills as a jockey. His family was deeply rooted in the agricultural traditions of their village, and his name, meaning God of Yams, reflected this heritage. His father, Obinna, was a respected farmer, and his mother, Adaeze, was a skilled weaver. Njoku's ambition extended beyond the boundaries of his village. He dreamed of becoming a champion jockey and bringing honor to his family and village through his prowess in horse racing. Father, today is the big day. The great race at the festival of Iriji is finally here. I feel ready, Njoku said, his voice filled with excitement and determination. Obinna placed a hand on his son's shoulder, his eyes reflecting both pride and concern. My son, you have trained hard for this day. Remember, it is not just about winning, but about representing our family and our village with honor. Adaeze, standing beside them, nodded in agreement. Be careful, Njoku. The spirits of the land will watch over you, but you must ride with wisdom. The Iriji festival, a grand celebration of the yam harvest, was the most anticipated event in the village. It was a time when villagers from neighboring lands gathered to share their bountiful harvests, dance to the rhythm of the drums, and watch the exhilarating horse races. The stakes were high, as the winner would earn not only glory, but also a substantial prize of yams, livestock, and respect. As the sun rose on the day of the festival, the village was abuzz with excitement. Children ran through the streets, women adorned in vibrant traditional attire prepared elaborate feasts, and men discussed the upcoming races with fervor. Njoku, dressed in his racing gear, stood by his horse, Okioma, whose name meant good luck. Okioma was a magnificent creature with a glossy coat and a spirit as fiery as Njoku's own. Okioma, today we ride for glory. Together we will make our village proud, Njoku whispered to his horse, stroking its mane. Ebele, Njoku's childhood friend and confidant, approached with a smile. Njoku, may the gods be with you. Remember, the race is not just about speed, but about heart. Njoku nodded, feeling a surge of confidence. Thank you, Ebele. Your words give me strength. Ebele had always believed in Njoku's dreams. Her presence was a source of comfort and encouragement, especially on this important day. The two shared a bond that went beyond friendship, though neither had openly acknowledged the depth of their feelings. The time for the race arrived, and the competitors lined up at the starting point. Njoku glanced at his opponents, seasoned jockeys who had won numerous races. He felt a surge of determination. As the signal to start echoed through the air, the horses bolted forward, their hooves pounding the earth. Njoku and Okioma surged ahead, maneuvering skillfully through the twists and turns of the course. The crowd's cheers blended with the sound of drums, creating an electrifying atmosphere. As they approached the final stretch, Njoku pushed Okioma harder, feeling the wind whip against his face. Come on, Okioma, we are almost there, Njoku urged, his voice barely audible over the roar of the crowd. Look at Njoku, he's leading the race, Adaku, a villager, exclaimed. The villagers watched in awe as Njoku crossed the finish line first, securing a resounding victory. The cheers were deafening as Njoku dismounted and embraced his parents, tears of joy streaming down his face. My son, you have made us proud. Your hard work has paid off, Obinna said, his voice choked with emotion. Njoku's victory was celebrated with a grand feast. The village square was filled with laughter and music, and Njoku was hailed as a hero. He danced with Ebele, their laughter mingling with the sounds of the festival. You did it, Njoku. You brought glory to our village, Ebele said, her eyes shining with pride. I couldn't have done it without you, Ebele. Your support means everything to me, Njoku replied, squeezing her hand. However, amidst the joy, a sense of unease lingered. The elders of the village, keepers of ancient wisdom, had noticed something unusual during the race. They gathered in a quiet corner to discuss their concerns. Did you see the way the winds changed during the race? It was as if the spirits themselves intervened, Elder Nadi remarked, his voice low and grave. Yes, and the skies darkened momentarily. It is a sign that we must seek the guidance of the ancestors, Elder Chinyere agreed. The next morning, Njoku was summoned to the elders' council. He entered the sacred hut, where the air was thick with the scent of incense. The elders, adorned in their ceremonial robes, sat in a circle around a fire. Njoku, your victory was extraordinary, but we have seen signs that concern us. The spirits have spoken, and we must understand their message, Elder Nadi began. What must I do? Njoku asked, his voice steady despite the unease he felt. You must embark on a journey to the sacred grove of Aro, where the spirits reside. There you will seek their guidance and ensure that your path is blessed, Elder Chinyere explained. Though he was apprehensive, Njoku knew the importance of the elder's words. The sacred grove of Aro was a place of great power, where only the bravest dared to venture. It was said that those who entered the grove would face trials that tested their courage, wisdom, and heart. Njoku prepared for his journey, gathering provisions and seeking blessings from his family. Ebele, too, offered her support. Njoku, I believe in you. You have the strength and spirit to face whatever lies ahead, Ebele said, her voice filled with conviction. Thank you, Ebele. Your faith gives me courage, Njoku replied, embracing her. With a heart full of resolve, Njoku set out for the sacred grove. The journey was long and arduous, taking him through dense forests, across raging rivers, and over treacherous mountains. Along the way, he encountered various challenges, each one testing his endurance and determination. One evening, as he camped by a river, Njoku encountered a wise old man named Nkem. Nkem was a hermit who lived by the river and was known for his deep knowledge of the land and its spirits. Young man, what brings you to these parts? Nkem asked, his eyes twinkling with curiosity. I am Njoku of Umuaro, on a journey to the sacred grove of Aro to seek the guidance of the spirits, Njoku replied. Ah, the grove of Aro, a place of great power indeed. You must be prepared, for the spirits will test you in ways you cannot imagine, Nkem warned. I'm ready to face whatever comes my way, Njoku declared, his voice filled with determination. Very well. Remember, the spirits value courage, wisdom, and a pure heart. Stay true to yourself and you will find your way, Nkem advised. Encouraged by Nkem's words, Njoku continued his journey. Days turned into weeks as he traversed the rugged terrain. He encountered wild animals, harsh weather, and moments of doubt, but he pressed on, driven by his determination to fulfill his quest. Finally, Njoku reached the edge of the sacred grove. The air was thick with an otherworldly presence, and the trees seemed to whisper ancient secrets. He stepped into the grove, his heart pounding with anticipation. The first trial he faced was a test of courage. As he ventured deeper into the grove, he encountered a fierce lion blocking his path. The lion's eyes glowed with a supernatural light, and its roar echoed through the trees. I must face this beast without fear, Njoku told himself, summoning his courage. Gathering his courage, Njoku confronted the lion. Instead of attacking, he stood his ground and stared into the lion's eyes. The lion, sensing his bravery, slowly backed down and vanished into the shadows. Next, Njoku faced a test of wisdom. He came upon a river with no visible way to cross. As he pondered the dilemma, an old woman appeared by his side. To cross the river, you must find the hidden path, the old woman said cryptically. Where is this path? Njoku asked, puzzled. Look not with your eyes, but with your heart. Trust in the wisdom within you, the old woman advised before disappearing. Closing his eyes, Njoku calmed his mind and listened to his inner voice. He opened his eyes and saw stepping stones emerge from the water, leading him safely across the river. The final trial was a test of heart. Njoku reached a clearing where a beautiful maiden stood, weeping. She was bound by invisible chains, and her sorrow filled the air. Please help me. I am trapped and cannot break free, the maiden pleaded. How can I help you? Njoku asked, his heart aching for her. You must offer something precious to the spirits, something that comes from your heart, the maiden explained. Njoku thought of his family, his village, and the dreams that had driven him. He realized that true glory came from selflessness and love. He took off his amulet, a gift from his parents, and offered it to the spirits. The invisible chains shattered, and the maiden was freed. She smiled at Njoku, her gratitude radiating like the sun. Thank you, brave one. You have passed the trials of courage, wisdom, and heart. The spirits bless your path, the maiden said before disappearing. With the blessings of the spirits, Njoku left the sacred grove, feeling a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. He returned to Umwaro, where the villagers welcomed him with open arms. Njoku, you have returned. We were worried, Obinna said, embracing his son. My son, you have grown in spirit and strength, Adaisi added, her eyes shining with pride. Father, mother, I have learned that true glory comes not from winning races, but from facing life's trials with courage, wisdom, and heart, Njoku replied, his voice filled with the wisdom he had gained. Njoku, you have always been a champion in my eyes. Now you are a hero to all of us, Ebele said, her voice filled with admiration. Njoku's journey to the sacred grove became a tale of legend in Umuaro, a story passed down through generations. It reminded the villagers that the path to true glory was paved with challenges that tested one's spirit, but with a pure heart, anything was possible. The story of Njoku, the young jockey who sought glory and found wisdom, became a beacon of inspiration for all who heard it. As the years passed, Njoku continued to live a life of honor, love, and service to his community, always remembering the lessons he learned on his journey. In the years that followed, Njoku's reputation as a wise and courageous leader grew. He became a mentor to the younger generation, sharing his knowledge and experiences to guide them on their own paths. He established a training ground for aspiring jockeys, teaching them not only the skills of racing, but also the values of integrity, humility, and perseverance. Njoku, how did you find the courage to face the lion in the sacred grove? Asked Chidi, a young and eager apprentice. Courage is not the absence of fear, Chidi. It is the ability to face your fears and overcome them. Remember, true strength comes from within, Njoku replied, his voice calm and reassuring. Under Njoku's guidance, the village of Umuaro flourished. Stent. The community garden he helped establish thrived, providing food for all and fostering a sense of unity among the villagers. Festivals were celebrated with even greater fervor, as the villagers honored their traditions and celebrated their collective achievements. Njoku's relationship with Ebele deepened over time, and their bond grew stronger with each passing day. They eventually married in a beautiful ceremony that was the talk of the village. Their love story became another cherished tale, symbolizing the power of love and partnership. Ebele, I am grateful for your unwavering support and love. Together, we have created something beautiful, Njoku said, his voice filled with emotion. Ebele smiled, her eyes sparkling with happiness. Njoku, our journey has just begun. I am honored to walk this path with you. As Njoku and Ebele started their family, they instilled the values they cherished in their children. They taught them about the importance of community, respect for the land, and the significance of their cultural heritage. Their children grew up with a deep sense of pride in their roots and a commitment to upholding the traditions of Umwaro. The years passed, and Njoku's legacy continued to inspire. His story was told at every festival, and his teachings were passed down from generation to generation. The village of Umuaro remained a place where tradition and progress coexisted harmoniously, and where the lessons of courage, wisdom, and heart were cherished. One evening, as Njoku sat with his grandchildren, he shared the story of his journey to the sacred grove. Grandfather, what was the most important lesson you learned during your journey? Asked Amara, his eldest grandchild. Njoku looked at the flickering flames and smiled. The most important lesson I learned is that true glory is not about winning races or gaining riches. It is about facing life's challenges with courage, wisdom, and a pure heart. It is about giving back to your community and living with integrity. The children listened intently, their eyes wide with wonder. Njoku's words resonated deeply with them, and they vowed to carry his teachings forward. As the sun set over the village of Umwaro, the sounds of laughter and music filled the air. The villagers gathered to celebrate another successful harvest, their hearts full of gratitude and joy. Njoku watched with pride, knowing that his journey had made a lasting impact on his community. Njoku, you have truly left a legacy that will be remembered for generations, Ebele said, standing by his side. I could not have done it without you, Ebele. Together we have created something beautiful and lasting, Njoku replied, his voice filled with love and gratitude. And so, in the village of Umuaro, the legacy of Njoku's first glory endured, a testament to the power of courage, wisdom, and a heart full of love. His story became a guiding light for all who sought to navigate the challenges of life, reminding them that true greatness lies in the strength of the human spirit and the bonds of community. As Njoku grew older, he continued to share his wisdom with the village. He was often seen sitting under a large tree, surrounded by children eager to hear his stories. His eyes, once filled with the fire of youth, now held the deep, calm waters of experience. Njoku, tell us about the time you faced the lion in the sacred grove, a young boy named Ifeanyi asked one day. Njoku smiled, his wrinkles deepening with the expression. Ah, the lion. It was a test of courage, my dear Ifeanyi. The lion was not just a beast, but a symbol of my fears. To overcome it, I had to look within and find the courage that lay deep inside. The children listened with rapt attention, their imaginations painting vivid pictures of the scenes Njoku described. His stories were not just tales of adventure, but lessons in bravery, wisdom, and the importance of a pure heart. In his later years, Njoku also focused on preserving the cultural heritage of his people. He worked with the village elders to document their traditions, ensuring that future generations would have a record of their rich history. They created a library of oral histories, written down and stored in beautifully crafted wooden chests. These stories are our legacy, Njoku told his grandchildren. They are the threads that weave the fabric of our community. By preserving them, we honor our ancestors and pass their wisdom to those who come after us. Njoku's efforts bore fruit. The village of Umuaro became known as a center of cultural preservation, attracting visitors from far and wide who came to learn about their traditions. The annual Irigi festival grew in prominence, becoming a grand celebration that drew participants from neighboring regions. One year, during the Irigi festival, Njoku was honored with a special ceremony. The villagers gathered to pay tribute to his contributions, and the village square was filled with vibrant colors, music, and dance. Njoku, you have been a pillar of strength and wisdom for our community, the village chief said, presenting him with a beautifully carved staff. This staff is a symbol of your leadership and the respect we have for you. Tears welled up in Njoku's eyes as he accepted the staff. Thank you, my friends. This village has been my home, and all I have done for the love of our community. May we continue to grow and prosper together. Ebele, standing beside him, held his hand tightly. Njoku, you have touched so many lives. Your legacy will live on in the hearts of our people. In the twilight of his life, Njoku found peace and contentment in the knowledge that he had lived a life of purpose. He often reflected on the journey that had brought him here, from the young jockey seeking glory to the wise elder guiding his community. As the seasons changed, so did the rhythms of village life. New generations were born, and the cycle of life continued. Njoku watched with pride as his children and grandchildren carried forward the values he had instilled in them. They became leaders, teachers, and keepers of tradition, ensuring that the lessons of the past remained alive in the present. One day, as Njoku sat under the large tree, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had lived a life of meaning, surrounded by the love of his family and community. He closed his eyes, letting the sounds of the village wash over him, the laughter of children, the hum of conversation, the beat of drums in the distance. In his heart, Njoku knew that his journey was nearing its end. He felt no fear, only gratitude for the life he had lived and the legacy he would leave behind. With a final, contented sigh, he drifted into a peaceful sleep, knowing that he had found true glory in the love and respect of his people. The village of Umuaro mourned the passing of Njoku, but they also celebrated his life and the countless ways he had touched their hearts. They held a grand ceremony in his honor, filling the air with songs and stories of his remarkable journey. Ebele stood by his grave, her heart heavy with loss, but also filled with the warmth of their shared memories. Njoku, you were my partner, my love, my guiding light. I will carry your spirit with me always, she whispered, placing a garland of flowers on his grave. As the sun set over the village, casting a golden glow over the fields and homes, the villagers gathered around the large tree to tell stories of Njoku's life. They spoke of his bravery, his wisdom, and his boundless love for his community. and in their hearts, they knew that his spirit would live on in the traditions and values he had so passionately upheld. And so, in the village of Umuaro, the legacy of Njoku's first glory endured, a testament to the power of courage, wisdom, and a heart full of love. His story became a guiding light for all who sought to navigate the challenges of life, reminding them that true greatness lies in the strength of the human spirit and the bonds of community. As the years passed, Njoku's name became synonymous with honor and integrity. The tales of his journey were told and retold, each generation finding inspiration in his example. His teachings were incorporated into the village's education system, ensuring that every child learned the values of courage, wisdom, and a pure heart. The community garden, which Njoku had helped establish, was renamed Njoku's Grove in his honor. It flourished, providing sustenance and beauty for the village. The garden became a place of reflection and celebration, where villagers gathered to share stories, celebrate festivals, and honor their ancestors. Njoku would be proud of what we've accomplished, said Amara, Njoku's granddaughter, who had become a respected leader in the village. His legacy is a reminder that we are all connected, and that by working together, we can achieve great things. The annual Irigi Festival grew into a major event, attracting visitors from across the region. It became a time for people to come together, celebrate their heritage, and honor the spirit of Njoku. The races, once the central focus of the festival, now included other competitions and activities that highlighted the talents and skills of the villagers. One year during the festival, a young boy named Emeka approached Amara with wide eyes and a heart full of dreams. "Amara, I want to be like Njoku. I want to ride horses and make our village proud." Amara knelt down to look Emeka in the eye, her heart warmed by his enthusiasm. "Emeka, Njoku's spirit lives within all of us. If you work hard, stay true to yourself, and always remember the values he taught us, you can achieve great things." As Emeka ran off to join his friends, Amara felt a deep sense of satisfaction. Njoku's legacy was not just about the past, but about the future and the countless lives he continued to touch through his story. The village of Umuaro thrived, its people united by a common purpose and a shared history. They faced challenges with courage, approached decisions with wisdom, and treated one another with kindness and respect. Njoku's journey had taught them that true glory was not about individual achievement, but about lifting each other up and building a strong, vibrant community. And so Njoku's story lived on, a timeless tale of bravery, love, and the enduring power of the human spirit. It was a story that reminded the people of Umuaro, and all who heard it, that they were part of something greater than themselves, a legacy of strength, resilience, and hope. As the sun set on another day in the village of Umuaro, the sounds of laughter and music filled the air. The villagers gathered around to celebrate the life of Njoku and the enduring legacy he had left behind, knowing that his spirit would continue to guide them for generations to come. In the quiet moments, when the village was still and the stars shone brightly in the sky, the people of Umuaro could almost hear Njoku's voice carried on the wind, whispering words of wisdom and encouragement. They knew that as long as they held on to the values he had taught them, they would always find their way. And so, in the village of Umuaro, the legacy of Njoku's first glory endured, a testament to the power of courage, wisdom, and a heart full of love. His story became a guiding light for all who sought to navigate the challenges of life, reminding them that true greatness lies in the strength of the human spirit and the bonds of community. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe, like, and share. Check back for more captivating tales that explore the rich traditions and vibrant cultures of Africa. Stay inspired and keep the spirit of storytelling alive.